Hey, this is Daigle with MetalsPeak.com. I'm checking out the Contortionist highly anticipated follow-up to Exoplanet. This one's called Intrinsic. It's coming out on eOne Music and Good Fight Music, and will be released on July 17th. So, for brutality, I'm going 8 out of 10. I can't say this is more brutal than Exoplanet. To me, most times there's an inverse relationship between technicality and brutality. And this is one of those times when you have kind of unusual riff structures and switching time signatures and patterns that aren't instantly catchy. You just lose some of that I need to break something kind of edge. Don't get me wrong, the heavy hitting stuff is definitely abrasive and mean. Like the opening to Solipsis, the buildup is great, and then it just explodes with this devastating aggression. It's definitely a pit-friendly riff. It happens right after some robot voice too, which should make anyone who is a fan of Vessel happy. But more often than that are those technical moments that are just kind of challenging to listen to. Not difficult, mind you, it's just there's a lot going on. Which brings me to songwriting, which I go 10 out of 10. It's really hard for me to imagine this band doing anything that I'd consider as a bad move in this department. They just have this way of adding a seasoned, expert-like feel to their music. I mentioned there's a lot going on. If you like the kind of stuff where you hear new things with every listen, you need this album. I went through the song Feedback Loop a few times before I realized that there's kind of what sounds like xylophone stuff in the middle, which is really good, and this really cool layered vocal stuff. It just didn't pop out to me right away, so you get those on subsequent listens. These things are all over the place. The clean stuff, there's actually not as much as I was expecting, but it's absolutely brilliant. At the end of Geocentric Confusion is a standout, and it's very moving. It's amazing. There's almost this Steve Vai meets Pink Floyd-esque quality going on. As far as best moments, I think the chorus type riff and hollow movement is seriously one of the best things I've heard in a while.
Searching for the answers. There's a universe inside us all. Every passing lifetime, important as the last.
The chord progression there, when the drums kind of change up, almost sounds like they slow down. It really caught me off guard at first, but it just sounds so good. The track Causality has this gorgeous melody that's probably the closest thing to the instantly memorable melodies that were throughout Exoplanet. So fucking good. It just gives me goosebumps. I love that. And then the vocal melody in Sequential Vision is incredible. The intro to Dreaming Schematics is amazing. Sounds way better than it did on all those videos that people were taking with their phones when they started playing it live on the Thou Shall Perish tour earlier this year. Okay, so production. Again, 10 out of 10. Even the streaming promo that we got sounds phenomenal. I have zero complaints. It's loud, it's full, the guitar tones are excellent, the mixing is pristine. It sounds better than Exoplanet, in my opinion, if you're curious about that comparison. And then there's really, really awesome chorusy delay stuff on the guitars at the end of Geocentric Confusion. It's so beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's amazing. Okay, repeat listenability. I'm going 9 out of 10. The only thing keeping me from going full 10 on this is that whole challenging aspect. I'm a lifer with these guys, so I knew I'd be listening to the holy crap out of this thing. But someone new to the band might be a bit turned off. But it's great composition front to back, yet each song can stand alone with the possible exception of the closing track, Parallel Trance. By itself, it almost comes across like a filler type random ethereal keyboard thing. Cool, close to the album, but by itself might be a bit off, I guess. As far as artwork goes, we didn't get any artwork with the promo, so I'm just going to keep the score neutral here. I am going to be picking up the physical copy when it comes out, so I'm looking forward to seeing what's in store there and hoping for more than we got with Exoplanet. Okay, so overall, 9.25 out of 10. So I wasn't as blown away as I was with Exoplanet. Exoplanet was an easier listen. There were more moments where it was a simple, catchy riff or melody that you just loved instantly. Flourish, Vessel, and Oscillator come to mind. This time on Intrinsic, they're really pushing the boundaries of what they can do. You have tracks like Feedback Loop, Sequential Vision, and Cortical that are complex. You sort of have to work at it a bit more to enjoy it fully. It's not disappointing, but this is definitely a grower for me. I'm loving the album exceedingly more and more with each listen. Overall, I kind of think or hope that this might just kind of be a stepping stone towards their ultimate masterpiece. But recommendation for me is buy this as soon as you can, listen to it as much as you can. It's incredible stuff.